Alright guys, this is the motorcycle vlogger that nobody listens to. Take a quick trip into town. Run a couple of errands. Stop by the pharmacy. Pick up my favorite things. Them prescription pills. Mary Kay Equinox. She must not have sold enough Mary Kay products to get a pink one. She just has a boring old standard color. That's cool though. I think I'd rather have a standard color than a pink. Unless it was like a pink Cadillac, that'd be alright. But even then I'd have to have like a 62 pink Cadillac. That'd be pretty sweet. Another nice day out here. Got a couple of clouds in the sky. Oh, bumpy road. Change the name of this to Bumpy Road. Beautiful day out. It was 66 this morning. Couldn't believe it. That means autumn's starting to come in. We all know what that means. The leaves start to fall. People never even realize how dangerous leaves can be. They're beautiful and they change color and they fall. But they can be dangerous for bikers. Go around the corner or something, there's a bunch of leaves in the road. Same thing as like hydroplaning on water. Your tires don't have that connection with the pavement. Chevy Spark there. I don't know what kind of gas mileage those things get. Would it be worth it? And to me, I'd have to get like 110 miles to the gallon to drive that. People do a lot of crazy things for gas mileage. Guy trying to back his boat in the driveway up here, causing a big traffic jam. There's trucks in my way up here, messing with all my free airflow. They get a little bit of distance so I can get that clean, fresh air. I don't like the air that's been bouncing off of the other vehicle. Makes it hot. You get the exhaust, the heat from the exhaust, not to mention carbon monoxide, which I'm sure is not going to kill me. So I am outdoors. Still don't really like it. I like to do this. Makes me feel like I'm a racer. Dang, another biker. That's what I call a zero emissions biker. See his brake? Has his foot out so he can slow down. That's what you call a foot brake. He's in the turn. He's in the turn lane, so he didn't want to go straight. That's funny. I was very courteous of him to get into the turn lane so that the other people could go straight. He wouldn't be in the way. I like this road because it has speed humps. I always thought everything was called a speed bump, but this is called a speed hump with an H. And the reason, I guess, because it's just a little bit longer, so you can go over them like, you can go like 30 miles an hour without your butt coming off the seat. See, there's 30 right there. That's a little rough. 25 would probably be better. Man, I'm glad this guy's turning. I thought I was going to follow him all the way to his next job. I'm sure these people in these neighborhoods love me when I come through. I probably can't hear much though, come to think of it. Unless they got their window open. If they're inside their house with the air conditioner on, they probably can't hear me. Maybe I'll do a test. Get somebody to ride my bike by my house. I'll be inside and see if I can hear it. That'd be the only way you really know is if you do it yourself. See the sign says speed humps ahead. Y'all have speed humps where you're at? Or is it just this ridiculous little piece of the world? These are a little more bumpy on this side compared to the humpiness on the other side. Look at that mailbox. Looks like a V8 engine with a blower on it. We're out of the speed hump area. So now you can speed with no hump. This light takes a long time, but it was already red when we got here, so maybe it'll be not too bad. So really all we got to do is wait on those people over there. count the red lights one day and see if I make any. Make all red. I don't think I made any. I think I made the first green. Then after that, it's all red. But I got a trick for this one because guess what? I'm turning right. Can't stop me. Oh, don't look like anybody's even here. Hope they didn't close early. Oh my gosh. You guys ain't gonna believe what happened in there. How embarrassing. So, me and a friend of mine share memes back and forth. Just try to make everybody laugh, try to make each other laugh. And so I had one that was NSFW, not safe for work. But I was like, well, how bad can it be? So I'm standing in line. People in front of me and behind me. I just took a wrong turn. I knew I took a wrong turn too. So I opened it up and it's audio track of like a woman having sex. She's all like, ah. So I try, you know, whenever something like that happens, you're trying real hard to get it to close. You can't get it to turn off because you're like going back and forth trying to, you get like panicky. So anyway, so that happened. So then I get up there and my order wasn't ready. So I had to wait. It said it was gonna be like 15 minutes. So I went over and they had a Coke cooler by the door, but it had like water and Monsters and Coke and stuff like that in it. So I went ahead and got a Monster. So and they had like a little waiting area with chairs and everything. So I decided to grab that Monster and sit down and wait. So while I'm waiting, like one of the pharmacists came over and I had already opened the Monster up. So he comes over and says, oh, would you like me to ring that up for you? I'm sitting in a waiting area. I was like, well, I'll be up there in a minute. And I said, don't worry, I'm not going to steal it. So he goes, oh no, I'm not worried about you stealing it. You know, I just thought it'd be more convenient for you if I just went ahead and rang it up for you. Well, you know, that would require me to let him take my open Monster up to the cash register, give him my money, to let him ring it up, and then bring it back. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, I don't want that. I don't want you walking around my open Monster. I don't know what's, you know, what if he sneezed or something? But it wasn't for convenience anyway. I guarantee you that he thought I was going to steal it or something. So then, like, he got all, like, irritated, like, you know, I didn't say you're going to steal it. And I was like, well, no, whatever, just leave me alone. That guy decides to wait to get to the stop sign and put his seatbelt on. Guess he thinks that nobody else in the world has got anything to do with him. So then the funny part is whenever like I got my my order done, and so they brought it out to me, and then so I still had to go back up to the line to pay for this Monster energy drink. So when I get up there, there's two guys in front of me, and of course they got a whole row of counters that are there, but there's only one person working the counters. So I'm like, all right. So the guy, of course, the guy that's at the counter, and then there's a guy here, and then I'm the third one in line. So of course the guy at the counter ends up having a problem. So he takes a long time, and I'm thinking the whole time, like, man, maybe I should just let that guy. Take my Monster, and then I wouldn't be standing here. But you know, then again, if I did do that, then who knows what kind of germs he was trying to spread. Or maybe not, I shouldn't say trying to spread, maybe involuntarily spread. But anyway, that was not a fun time. A little alley action. Riding through an alley in an afternoon. I'm just making up songs as I go. Oh man, that lady had a dog on her bicycle. I don't know if that camera caught it, but she had a little deck out front of her bicycle, and there was a dog on there. I thought about teaching a dog how to ride a motorcycle. When I was a kid, we had a friend of ours that had a little poodle. His name was Spike, and he had a little leather helmet and little goggles. He'd ride on a gas tank of the motorcycle. He'd sit right there. Like if he was here, he'd be right here. He would ride. He loved it. It's funny how you get that one dog out of a million. I can't imagine very many dogs like to ride on a motorcycle, but you know, then again, maybe if you started them early. I had a little Shih Tzu, and I had it for 19 years. Her name was Grubby, but her long name was Grubitha. So she wanted to ride with me. It didn't matter what we rode. If I was riding a riding lawnmower around cutting grass, she wanted to be on that riding lawnmower. She used to ride with me in the saddlebag on my other bike. I had a 1993 Harley Davidson FXR, and I had big saddlebags on it. She would ride in there. I'd put the saddlebag, I'd have it, because it flipped down, so I'd have it to where, like, I would bungee it up so they would stay open. I'd put her in the saddlebag, And she would ride down in there, and then like we went somewhere to a gas station, so she'd pop her little head up. Cutest thing. But she wouldn't wear goggles. She didn't like anything on her head, so I was worried about that. So she would stay down in the bag until we got somewhere. And she'd pop her head up, and she would never try to jump out. And man, you go to the gas station with her, you have all kind of girls and old people, all trying to come and see her. I thought that was the cutest thing. I miss that girl. She got old. I had to do what I had to do, so she was in a lot of pain. So I mean, I didn't do it. I took her to the vet, but it's almost the same as if I had done it. I felt guilty and bad about it, but I guess that's what everybody goes through. I got a little all-white Chihuahua right now. I think she's young enough that she loves to ride in the truck. I never tried her on the bike. I'm just so scared trying something like that out, you know, and then like if she falls off or jumps off, gets scared. She did jump off of the golf cart. We had her on the golf cart one time, and she was cool on the cart. And all of a sudden, I guess she just wandered off. We were pretty much going full speed. Oh god. Downshift a little too hard there. So I don't know about putting her on the motorcycle. Might try her on the riding lawnmower first. Dogs are wonderful if you know, if you don't have any kids. If you have kids, you know, a dog will still be good with the kids. I'll tell you one thing, I got two dogs, both little dogs. Nobody's gonna sneak up in my house. They hear things outside before I do. Try to get away from this dump truck. I don't want them dumping dirt on my head. Yeah, I'm gonna make a stop up here. Another stop. And then from there it's just a short ride home, so I'm probably not gonna put the camera back on. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.